Hey everybody, we are at day 5 and some of my seeds have actually already started to sprout. I did do a shorty video on that because it does bring in views, but so that really is the difference. It says typically, 7 to 10 days before you get sprouts on those, but using the heat mat really will help you get a better germination rate again with the lid. Just the whole shebang there. Now that being said, I only have one of my grow lights set up. I am gonna have to hustle butt today after my carpet removal and get my other shelf set up. Now these ones that are just sprouting, I'll give them a little bit of light. I'm not super worried about it. I did slide my pepper tray out of the way. It had its light last night, but just to give them a little bit of sun. Um, for the ones that have already sprouted, but I won't full on really sun those until they get going. But I will get my other shelf set up, so I'll show you guys that. I mean, it's just going to be, that one's plastic, but I've got 2 more grow lights that I can set up. I only have 2 heat mats, so I'm trying to cycle out the best I can. Obviously, I could start them without. You don't have to have all this. You can use a red Solo cup, and your windowsill. But again, I'm trying to mass produce a little bit more the best I can in my house, so that I can not only plant in my own backyard enough to sell, to have extra plants I will have extra live plants to sell. So, again, we're just encouraging everyone to grow. Maybe you're not completely starting some seeds. Then at that point, it will be more relevant when we get a little warmer outside here in the Midwest. It's funny because it's going to be 70 tomorrow afternoon, but we may actually get snow Saturday morning. So it won't stick, but again, I really haven't dug in my yard yet. They say let it sleep for the pollinators. I may take the blower out and just hit a couple of small areas, but I'll probably wait to really just dig in and give it 2 solid days cleaning up. My yard is a hot mess, guys. So, and we're going to completely redo the way my garden was set up this year. So, I had torn all the garden fences down to move and then didn't end up having to move. My house sold. The new landlord let me stay. So I will only be a little bit ahead of the game if you are someone who's like starting a completely fresh, plot. So, again, if you're new, my house was abandoned for over a year before I moved in. It's been a rental for about 7 years. The couple that lived in my house is great. I mean, it's not the best, but it's great because it's a 1950s house. The people who lived here for 30 years, 30 or so years. She was a gardener. I have an apple tree out back. I have grapevines. They were very neglected. Obviously, the grapevines completely took over my whole backyard when the house was abandoned. So I've been working on trimming those back the last 2 years. They're just the tiny grapes. I think a lot of people here used to do. I can't remember what exactly they made with them because they're maybe not grapes for grape juice. So I am going to try to figure out something to do with them this year. My apple tree was in really rough shape again when I got here, but this will be I came in the fall 2 falls ago. So I trimmed it. Last year it produced a lot better. Again, it's had a lot of love. So I should get some pretty good apples off of it this year. But yeah, so if you're new to gardening, we're going to kind of do start to finish. I only have one fence that I left up. I was going to leave it for the incoming people, just to be nice, because it was the old garden and then I tilled it and kind of got it back in more of a working condition. But again, some of my yard has obviously never been a garden. Some of it's not, maybe 100% optimal for a garden, but we're gonna throw some cabbage and stuff in the shadier spots. We're gonna see what we can do here. So, um, where there's a will, there's a way, and yeah. So I look forward to growing with everyone. Thanks for being here. My goodness, I think we've got like 15 new subscribers in the last week. That is just it brightens my day so much. So thanks, guys.